The All Smiling Faces podcast is now sponsored by Tyre Spot, the Northeast's leading tyre supplier with branches across the region. Tyre Spot don't just do tyres, they cover everything from servicing to wheel alignment. They can handle every aspect of your car's maintenance. For more information, visit tyrespot.co.uk. Enjoy the episode. Hello, welcome back to the Always Smiling Faces podcast on the GallowgateShots YouTube channel. Yes, Mark, you are on camera.
You are, yeah, we're both in there.
You are on camera. But yeah, hi everybody. As you can see, there's four of us tonight. Decker isn't here. Decker is away again.
In Rome.
When in Rome.
Why is he in Rome?
Because it's his birthday.
Because he wants to do as the Romans do.
I've got no idea why he's in Rome. Roaming around.
Like
Roaming around.
Decker does what the Romans do in South Shields.
I could just went to the Roman fort, couldn't he?
He could have gone Arbia.
He's got a long way.
Arbia, Donatello's.
I don't know what he's doing.
He's got a classic Roman haircut.
Does he?
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Seems like over the fringe effect, a bowl cut.
Anyway, as you can
flyer.
see, Matty is here to replace Decker.
Hello.
So, Matty,
Yes.
you're in that seat.
Oh,
So you get the words.
I do, don't I?
You do.
Yeah, okay. So, well, this might annoy people because of me Artipudlian accent, won't it?
Probably.
But,
in your bottle of watermelon water. And
well, I had to toast.
What?
We're going to toast with the water.
Oh, right, I was going to say, it doesn't look
Do you know
like
what I mean?
toast.
You smell toast? We won you now. Get in.
Well, Bestie,
Hello.
that was bloody amazing, wasn't it?
He did well. I don't think he's quite Decker standards yet.
So I feel he was too
Does
overexcited.
the kid have a future?
Do you know why he was overexcited? Because that has probably been the performance of the season, Bestie.
I don't think there's probably about. I thought even in the first half, when we were behind, it looked good. The goal was poor. Willick was a bit clumsy in the challenge, and Isak was pretty terrible in trying to just do anything in the box there. But yeah, I mean, I thought that they defended really well. They looked dead tight. We couldn't really play through them a lot of the time in the first half. Sells made a good save from Bruno in that first half as well. But yeah, it was excellent. I thought for all, I had a conversation with someone today saying how substitutes aren't very good normally, and yet it was the subs that turned the game. And I thought, well, certainly I'd say turned the game. Partly Forrest trying to chase, and we caught them on the break time and time again. But I thought it was excellent. Just a really good and nice performance. We've said all season that at the start of the season they got results without playing particularly well. That like 5 to 10, whatever the games were, 5 to 8, maybe like we're playing better, but weren't scoring goals, weren't getting results. Drew Goodison got beat off Fulham, got beat off. I thought it was terrible. Drew Man City, and then all of a sudden Arsenal and that other team that will play on Saturday, Nottingham Forest yesterday.
Jesus.
That was a Sunday as
Yeah,
well.
it was a Sunday
Yesterday.
No wonder I couldn't
I thought
remember.
you were going
I
to
was
be
watching
talking
the
about
game.
somebody around the
Well,
top
we
of the
were
table or
blue.
something there.
The yesterday was, in the second half in particular, I thought was excellent.
I'm still weighing up whether it was performance of the season or not.
I think it is, but I think I really thought we were really good against Man City as well. Like,
Yeah, I agree. What was yours, Mark? What were your performance?
I was thinking City and Arsenal.
Yeah.
Ooh, I think that Forest is a better performance on both of them.
It was more imposing performance. We took it the bull by the horns.
So like Bestie alluded to, in the first half, even though we've gone a goal down, we never looked out of the game. We always looked like we could go on and win it right the way through it.
Yeah, although obviously we went behind, I thought we were pretty comfortable. It was a real end-to-end game, a basketball game, if you will. That's always the common.
That's what they say, isn't it? Even though, like, I've never seen a basketball game finish 3-1.
Very tight game.
I think it's possible.
I don't think it's possible. That could be.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
better
shot. Yeah.
better at scoring hoops than footballers or goals. But yeah, it was, as I say, I mean, there was comments of people like, oh, here we go again. It's another one of them performances. We're back to a normal away form. I'm like, Howie, we've had 45 minutes here. Fair enough, we're 1-0 down, but there's nothing within that first half other than one moment that has caused us any real great kind of anxiety or desire to think that wasn't a a good performance. Yes, the result at that stage was disappointing, given the way that we did play in it. But I just thought it was imagine, I enjoyed watching the game. So imagine if you're a neutral kind of watching it. It was a real end-to-end good game of football with both teams just going for it, going toe-to-toe and kind of hitting each other on the break and just really wanting to win the game, which I think is nice and refreshing in this day and age where you tend to see, teams sitting back and you're trying to keep it tight. Forest has probably been guilty of that in the past, transitioning to life in the Premier League, but since the managerial changes and stuff like that, and this season in particular, they've started off quite well, and you could see that from where the performances that they put in. I think ultimately the second half then changed the story a bit because they probably just couldn't sustain what they had done in the first half, and I think the way that we play and the players that we have, and again the substitutions that you mentioned, allow us just to go that bit further. And perhaps, as you say,
I think we have to give massive credit to the lads as well, because you're going into a game, Matty, against current manager of the month and player of the month, Chris Wood. I think, God believe, Wood didn't get a sniff.
No, not at all. I think Marshall done really well. Just to sort of hitting on the first half performance again. That I think I texted you, Chris, saying I was almost guilty of buying into the sort of going over the top a little bit because we were frustrated. It was an awful goal to concede.
Doesn't sound like you,
but then even I was to be able to sit there and sort of reflect on the first half and go, other than them looking like they could catch us on the break, but we're dealing with it. It's a tightrope we were walking, but we were dealing with it well because obviously it looked like it was just going to be one pass and then we were going to be 2-on-2 because we were pressing them so wide the pitch. But other than that, and a bad goal, thinking we've got in behind them a few times. We've forced to keep them, make a couple of saves, and Dan Burn and Bruno, like Bestie mentioned. And then I just thought, well, if we could just come out and keep it going, then yeah. But for us, you have to say, credit the lads, because it is one of those games where we're going into one of the form sides, the surprise packages, if you will, so far this season. And I'm thinking when we go goal down and a guy who's never scored a goal in his entire life has scored against us, you think, no, well, you do feel like it's here we go again in a very different sort of sense, because you think we're not going to score, we're getting all the chances, but we're not going to convert any of them, and thankfully we did. And what followed was nothing short of stupendous, because we really did put them to the sword, which is not something I've been able to say as a Newcastle fan.
He milked that goal though, didn't he?
Well, it's the first time
he had more celebrations than Bruno that game.
This is what I was going to say. Is I do love it when a player celebrates, and it kind of can you over celebrate, but he did milk it a little bit. Then the end result goes the other way. We're sort of was it Wolves were playing, and their striker, the one that puts the eye patch on?
Jimenez. He's at Fulham now.
He's at Fulham, but he was playing for Wolves. Yeah,
well, he has that thing protecting his brain.
Oh, right, not
and then
he puts it over his eye like a pirate.
Yes.
It's like binocular.
Yes, it's not an eye patch, but then he makes it into an eye patch.
Yes, the goal got ruled off, didn't it?
Were you just swayed by that because his last celebration was he was wearing an eye patch and waving?
He definitely puts it over his eye like a pirate.
No, but the kid that scored yesterday for Forest, his last celebration was he put an eye patch on?
You know what it is? I love pirates as well.
Must be terrible in the air.
Start waving.
What?
They're trying to get a depth perception right with one eye. Trying to do it it.
It'd be great though if you're short-sighted, because you'd be able to see really far away with your good eye.
It depends on which eye. Like Gabrielle.
That's what I'm saying.
Gabrielle would be a good centre forward. She's actually got two eyes, which is a fringe though.
Jesus.
My right eye is good for distance, left good for close up.
It's all right. Okay.
Right for dancing.
I think you need to stop talking about eyes. We get carried away. Moving on, Bestie. But yeah, it's such an important result, though, wasn't it? We've gone against Brighton and Brighton and Chelsea games where there's just sat just above or thereabouts with that at the time, and you're thinking, right, you need to get something from the game. Then we'll go and lose both of those games, which they open that little bit of a gap, not a much, but a little bit of a gap. Then we'll see it against Forest, and you think, oh, the same could happen again, where we missed that opportunity just to bring that pack a little bit closer, but we took full advantage of it.
Yeah, proper. We're only a point behind Forest now, and they are fifth, I believe, in what?
No, not a point off third.
We're a point off third, I think.
Forest,
2 points off third.
I think Forest are the same
18 points.
Yeah,
there's loads of teams on 18, 19, but half the league, basically. Obviously, Tottenham, being Tottenham yesterday meant that we're climbing above them. And yeah, it's really important. I mean, looking at the Brighton result, obviously they beat Man City. That our result against them doesn't look to be that much of a kind of aberration. All of a sudden, because they're going really, really
it
well.
Wasn't the end of the world?
Apparently not. No, apparently not, man. But a really good result to go into the international break, and you've got that bit of momentum about you. You've won the last 2 games. Starting to score goals as well, scored 3 goals at ground where Forest hadn't conceded more than once, or more than twice, maybe, all season. Little things like that make you think, actually, that's starting to. Isak's first goal, like, just instinctive. Like, it's not a. Maybe that was a bit fortunate, and that's what got them to open up.
From a set piece.
From a set piece. So
From a set
corners.
piece.
Our first one, isn't it?
58 corners, and that was the one, like, yeah. And even then, it was kind of.
I think we're clutching the straws saying that's from
It's from a set piece.
If it's a knockdown from a set piece, doesn't matter who comes off. It's a set
It's
piece.
from a set piece.
You want to see what what some people count as a set piece, like the Opta guys. Like sometimes it's like a recycled corner, goes in, comes out, back to the corner taker, puts it back in. That's seen as a set piece goal.
It's 100%
ridiculous.
100%. Still, I can see the rationale behind that.
Nah, well,
but yeah, I mean, a corner that bounces off someone, then literally 2 touches after a corner, and everyone's still in the box. That can't not be a set piece.
yeah, 100%.
You're just being contrarian.
And a goal always looks better when it hits the post and goes in as well.
We got a couple, didn't we?
Yeah, we got 2. It always looks
You get
better,
that
doesn't
satisfying ting.
And I'm sure someone had we'll get the goals obviously, but I'm sure someone had the microphone turned up on that little net ripple. I heard the net ripple a couple of times, and it's just
like your
ASMR. Yes.
The reaction that I loved most was Sean Longstaff's. Sean Longstaff just looks. It looks like he's looking directly at the camera, but he's not. And he lets off a massive scream before he started running to celebrate with the rest of the lads.
Is that the first one?
First one, yeah.
Nice.
My favourite Sean Longstaff reaction of the day was when who should have been sent off.
Ryan Yates when he's done him.
You see when he's still got the
500
ball, but he
times.
shouts, "Fuck it!"
Yeah. Well,
He should have gone 3 times.
could he not have gone for that?
Yeah.
Let's talk about it, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about it, because once again
Silly.
we're going to talk about referees and how shit they were. And do you know what it is?
It was terrible.
It helped the result, because if not, it would have been sat here going, fucking ref again, blah 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 blah. But we're still going to slag him off a little bit because it was honking.
We'll hear the video.
Honking.
We'll the video of him leaks calling us.
Yates is an absolute scumbag.
I'm sure he should have got sent
Ooh,
off.
that's harsh.
No,
Bloody
he's
hell,
a
Mark.
scumbag.
Bloody hell, Mark.
If you go around behaving like that on a football pitch, you're a scumbag.
I thought you were about Anthony Taylor as a scumbag.
No. Yates.
Oh, I was going to say, we're not going to get referees ever again if we keep calling them scumbags on podcasts. But yeah, I agree. It was pretty gross behaviour. Like,
So the first one was an elbow to Tino. That was the first one.
You know, and that is the one that really annoys me, because he is staring.
He looks at him first.
straight at him.
Looks
He's
away his right
looking
shoulder,
at
doesn't he?
him doing it. Like,
I thought he meant Yates is looking at Tino when he does it.
Well,
as well.
both of the him
Yeah.
and the referee. So Yates has the little look and throws it out there, but the ref is standing directly looking straight at it happening. And for him not to even flinch, he doesn't even think it's, been a foul, let alone a red card or a yellow card. He lets play go on.
But VAR obviously look at everything that happens on the field. And do you know what it is? At the time, I was thinking, it could be a yellow at the worst, but the more I see it, and that look that you
It's
give
the
him the
little
first, I'm
look.
going,
It's a red.
that's a red?
I'd need to see it again, because I think when I saw it, I didn't like. I winced at it. It's definitely a foul.
It's the look.
But like, I didn't think it was like that. Wasn't the one. I thought the one we're going to talk about after was the one where I was like,
Yeah.
if Sean Longstaff's less honest with
If he gets
Yeah,
that.
100%.
he's getting him sent off.
The ironic thing is that Sean Longstaff's terrible at diving as well. The amount of times I've seen Longstaff go down and just thought, But the first one, and he drew blood as well. So the game should have stopped. So Dan Burn gets booked in that same off the break. I mean, if Dan Burn, without the context, it's yellow card. He fouls him. He stops the play and all the transition. But the game should have been stopped. It's a red card.
100%.
It's a red card. That one.
I wonder what you feel like as a referee when you've obviously got Newcastle players screaming at you. Dan Bennett was almost he was a little bit at sea, but it's as if it was born of frustration. And like, I'm taking this lad down and I'm going to scream at this referee.
First thing he did.
So he just does it, and he's pointing at him, and then wonder what it's like for Anthony Taylor. Then go over to Tino and be like, I bet he's absolutely he split his lip open. Like, I wonder what he must feel like. Oh, I feel a bit stupid now, because like I think he was talking to Tino on the floor, and you saw Tino sort of look at him and go, oh, fuck.
Well,
it,
it's because the yellow card
look.
The yellow card's quite delayed for Burn as well.
Yeah,
The referee goes
dissent.
back.
Yeah.
Then he comes back, like, eventually after he's checked on Tino, he comes back over. Then boom.
That should be one of the ones where you go, common sense. I'll give you that one, Dan.
Yeah.
Dan, you can have that one because he didn't get that one. I know that's never going to happen. But
Yeah, the next one was
Longstaff on the halfway line.
Yeah, so it was just like
Studs
studs up on his knee,
In
wasn't
his
it?
thigh, yeah, above the knee, aye.
And because, like we said, Longstaff is a bit too honest, and he carries on.
Or his reactions are that slow. He's probably just gone down now.
He carries on playing, and but once again, the referee, it's not like indicates to
He's
play
looking
on.
at it.
He's
He's
just
looking
nodding
at
in.
it.
he's screaming in the referee's face whilst being studded on the knee. It's crazy.
Well, the referee obviously looks at it and oh, but he's fine. He's still got the ball. He's away. It can't have been that bad. Howie, like it's almost as if he's looking through the incidents when they're happening directly in front of him.
Well, we might as well talk about while we're looking at poor decisions. The penalty appeal as well.
Yes, forgot about that.
That was interesting on Willock.
On Willock.
Willock's
Yes.
with him.
Yeah. That's a strange
That's
one.
a penalty.
Yeah.
I didn't think
That's a
it was.
penalty.
I didn't think it was at first kind of real time. You know, when he's kind of say it's a penalty, he goes through the back of him.
In fairness to the referee here, when you see
Stick
the
with the
when you
baldies
see the
again.
angle head on to the incident, which is the referee's view, it probably doesn't look like a penalty. But when you see the other ones, and again, this is where you're relying on VAR.
Yeah.
The one from behind,
Kicks through.
it's a blatant penalty.
Yeah.
From that angle. So I don't. Again, you've got 3 of these incidents have happened in that game where VAR are reviewing them.
They're all in the
They're
first
seeing
half.
nothing wrong with that.
He should
Howie.
have when
Three
Yates
that have got wrong.
thing is, when Yates got booked, he should have been sent off as well. He kicked the ball away.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
I
So he
did.
gets booked for the tackle and then kicks the ball away. It's 3 red cards.
When you compare that challenge, that Willock challenge, because they'll talk about this mystery threshold that the referees have, all this crap. You look at what that wasn't a penalty. Yeah, did you see what Southampton lost a goal over?
Yeah.
Which was
Yeah.
basically their player getting fouled, but they said no, like they fouled it. Like, what are they saying there? Like, that is crazy. And for that to be judged, take a goal away for that, but we won't give a penalty for that.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
Poor old Wolves as well, who never get these decisions, got that one.
Yeah, fine. It's all saved up.
Oh no,
Cash-
Gary O'Neill's kind of been a bit like, oh, sorry about that. Maybe I shouldn't have said all them things.
Yeah. But yeah,
But
crazy.
straight after that Willock shout, then Isak was fouled at the other side of the box.
Well,
wasn't
we had a moment where I think it was 3 separate players took a bit of a tumble in the box, and you could hear the Forest fans weren't happy about it because Tino goes down,
Yeah.
Isak goes down, and I think it might be Longstaff, the other one that goes down, all in a similar sort of area as well on the right hand side of the box.
The Isak one, I thought at the time was, but then having seen the replay again, I don't think it's a penalty.
Nah.
It's just
I think the only one
It's
is
good
the
defending,
Willock
Willock's
one.
one is-
defending, I thought, like,
Yeah.
is like, as I say, the referee probably, in fairness to him, from what he sees, you can't really complain too much about him not giving it. But with the benefit of the angles and VAR reviewing that, they have to look at that and say, you might want to go and have a look at the monitor.
Ironically, wasn't like the Forest fans like proper giving Taylor both barrels as well?
Yeah.
Weren't they singing like "It's All About You" or something like that? Not the McFly song.
Oh, that'd be nice.
That'd have been quite
It's
nice. Yeah, but like, I could hear them say like Anthony Taylor, "It's All About You" or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was thinking,
You're
well,
not confusing your matches, and it was when they were singing it earlier on the day to Michael Oliver. Sorry, later in the game.
oh, was that
I
was
was
it?
doing it to Michael Oliver.
Oh well. Well, I remember. I'm sure on the .com review they said that he got pelters from both sets of fans, and you're thinking, well, I can't think of a proper serious call that he got wrong for Forest. He might have given a soft foul, you know, for like Bruno or something like that, but there was nothing where I thought we've probably got away with one there.
Was maybe it's the Dan Burn one when even the commentator
We could have got the second yellow.
when it wasn't even a free kick when he wins the ball.
Yeah. It's because I shit myself because of his reaction towards the
He's
referee, my
always
heart and
doing
mouth, and then you could sort of see him.
Was that on Chris Wood?
I can't remember
Yeah.
who it was.
But yeah,
Good ball, though. It's a great tackle.
I thought for a second
good
he's gonna, and then I remember like Anthony Taylor kicking off at someone for asking for the card. But yeah, I mean maybe that's the one where I think the game might have changed if they sent him off. But other than that, I think we were on the much harsher end of the stick, even though we won.
Did you watch Match of the Day last night on about the Forest thing? And this is kind of a little bit unrelated. Match of the Day 2 last night. Before it, we've got like a couple of Forest fans dotted around the City Ground. Had a great start this season, all that.
It was a proper loving, wasn't it?
And they're talking about it could be the case that very soon we'll have the first European football back here in the very near future. I'm thinking like I don't mind Forest at all. It's very early in the season.
It's been
Yeah,
pretty much
yeah,
Like, I
yeah.
remember Blackpool having a similar start of the season, and they went the year we came back up under Chris Hughton.
Yeah.
Beat
Beating Arsenal at Christmas at the Emirates and
Yeah.
stuff, and then they went down.
and like Hull did similar. I think they set up their season with Hull. I think it was in the Bruce actually. Like, it's
Are
really-
Forest fans the opposite of Newcastle fans? Like when they start winning the game, they think, "Oh, that's it. We're going to be world champions."
That's Newcastle fans
We
stayed on strike.
we
at
lose
the
a
start,
couple of
like,
games and we're getting relegated to the Vauxhall Conference.
Vauxhall Conference.
Get
Go
in.
on, Grandad.
We'll always be the Vauxhall
Going back to Division
Conference.
3 North.
It's the best.
The GM Vauxhall Conference.
But let's move on from the referees. No matter how bad it was, luckily it didn't affect the result by full time. And let's talk about Joelinton.
Oh,
Because he starts on the left, moves to the right, and just last week we were saying how we sorted the issue with the left-hand side of the field where Gordon goes on the right-hand side. Joelinton shifted over to the right-hand side later on this first half, I believe it was, and he kind of looked better on the right than what we did on the left. He's just the best. He's literally the best player ever.
Isn't it mad how he was mint the first game of the season against Southampton? He was pretty abject up until that Arsenal game last week. And now all of a sudden, like he just can't. And this isn't just us saying it.
Yeah.
Hey, on him on the pitch, like everything he does is coming off.
Yeah.
And that
He
was
was
when the
brilliant
Arsenal game was
this
when
year.
it first started moving them out to the left.
That was
wasn't
him
it?
and Willock
Yeah.
together
Chelsea
again.
wasn't it? The
Yeah,
cup where
week
it
before,
started. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
He's just honestly, he's an absolute animal. Him like.
Yeah. I don't know why you'd want to pick a fight with him. Like, I remember Ryan Yates
Yeah.
sort of had, he was going to Ryan Yates like, I saw you. I saw him. He was like, oh, I forgot. And then when they started trying to push him and stuff, he did really well there, by the way. Like a Joelinton of old might have snapped at someone and got a yellow card because obviously he's won the yellow card away as well. But no, he was just absolutely quality. But that goal is not something. I know he scored that amazing goal against AC Milan, and he had scored some decent finishes, but the finish of that was
not
cultured.
his left foot.
That was cultured,
To
man.
pick that point out inside the post,
Yeah.
really upset me youngest. Because I shouted that loud that he Dad, no shouting, Daddy. No.
What, you mean he didn't just sit and politely clap?
But no. No, I was. I missed
That's
the first.
normally how you react.
That's what you
It
normally
is. It
do.
is. Sometimes it happens. I keep saying Fabian Schär's goal against PSG.
You must have had a shandy or something
It was-
watching the game. And
No,
got,
no, I didn't,
got
honest.
carried away.
I was just very happy. I was very happy that Joelinton scored a goal. I like Joelinton. I like Newcastle United.
That's handy, that, isn't it?
So I'm glad.
But no, I missed the first goal because I was in the point between watching it on the telly downstairs and watching it on the iPad upstairs because the kids were playing like Astros Playroom and stuff on the PlayStation. Good game, man.
I've heard.
It's great. And then I don't know. I just put the iPad on and we're celebrating equaliser. I thought, typical, that'll be read. And then was it 70 odd minutes? Joelinton scores. I was a proper like. No. So he's got it. He's not my friend anymore because I frightened him.
I went wild, but it's one of those goals as well. It didn't have much betting on it. The angle it goes in at, I'm thinking it's going wider in the post, and it was like time slowed down because when you hear it hit the post, I thought, well, it's coming back out because it's not got enough, and it just nestles, man. It's literally sex, man.
And just before that, Bruno had tried one the outside of his boot
Oh,
as well.
that would have been tasty
I thought
bites.
that was going in,
Yeah, I mean,
It's
Yeah,
a 1-2
solid.
once again with Joelinton on the right hand side, and
Yes, it was.
and Bruno just outside of his boot, man. And you think, I honestly thought it was just going to nestle in the top corner, but didn't. But luckily, Joelinton's there to step up next, and honestly, out of nowhere, that
he tried the old sort of Balotelli celebration first, didn't he?
Yeah.
Tried to just stand there and go like.
I like that.
I like it, but then you can tell he's like, I need to run over now.
And then
got too excited.
about
Yeah,
the fans, yeah.
Did you see Bruno's other shot? That went out. Did it go in for a throw in?
yes, it did go for.
Well, when he
it
thought
did
he
go
saw the
for
keeper off his
terrible
line,
effort,
just
yeah.
wellied it.
Aye.
Yeah.
Totally scuffs it.
Yeah, it goes. It's a goal kick, but it's horrendous.
But
It's in the corner.
That one, like just outside the boot over the top, was a lovely. The one, the first half, that Sells does really well to save.
On his left foot, that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a really, really good little save.
So going forward, though,
Mhm.
are we sticking with Joelinton on the left?
I
Gordon
think
on the right?
It'll be horses for courses.
We'll just keep,
because
yeah.
Just keep going.
I think what we found is when they were playing, because this obviously started off the other way around, Gordon on the right and Joelinton off the left, and neither of them was really getting any joy in those positions.
I thought Joelinton and Joe Willock had a decent first half.
Well,
mate.
you always get that way. They have. I thought Joe Willock had a good.
Yeah.
First
He was
half,
on for a man of
definitely.
match performance
Yeah,
until
yeah,
he got
was
taken off.
He was playing really well. And you'll always get that with them. And I think what worked really well was Lewis Hall as well in that left back position with them too,
Mm-hmm.
because there's quite often where they were playing like little triangles with each other and stuff like that.
Well, it's the third game in a row now,
Well,
isn't it?
yeah, and actually with 2 goals stemmed from that little playing out from the back with those triangles for Bonds and Joelinton's goal. But I think just having that opening time where it wasn't quite working for either of them on each side, and then just Howe had the idea of let's just swap them over and see how it goes, and it worked better. Gordon was able to run at their full back on the a bit more than he was doing down the other side. Joelinton went on to have an absolutely incredible game. Helped out Livramento, allowing him to get forward a lot more and getting involved as well. So I think it's just going to depend on who we're coming up against, how they play, who the fullbacks are, what side will see the best out of the pair of them.
I think that the wingers offer that much, and that much of a different. Like Gordon and Barnes, we've said loads are different. Joelinton's different again. So if you're a defender, if you're a manager setting up your defence, you've got such and such left back, someone right back, but you've got to prepare right back that it might be Joe Willock, it might be Joelinton, it might be Anthony Gordon, it might be Harvey Barnes. 4 players that are all offer something totally different from one another. Or same fullbacks. Like, how do you set your defence up? Or it could be Miggy and Murphy, who they try.
I think why he probably swapped as well was because Gibbs White was getting a lot of.
I like him.
A lot of joy down there left.
He is good. Yeah.
So again, putting Joelinton out there, you're going to get more of a defensive and more of a solid approach in that position and help out. So I think there was a little bit of that as well, of just trying to stop them from playing.
Mm-hmm.
And as we're seeing in the second half, they weren't attacking anywhere near the way that they were. They were going much more central.
Yeah,
stuff like that. Even Alanga came in more inside than staying out on the right.
It was strange that he was going to bring Alanga off at 1-1, wasn't he?
Mm.
And then, was it 1-1 or 1-0? Sorry. But at one point he was going to make changes, and then we scored, and then
he makes changes at 1-1 because that's when
Anderson came on at 1-1.
So I think Carragher mentioned, I think he was happy with the point on stage.
And I think that's what Bessie was mentioning earlier on, when the substitutions happen. I think that's what's changed. Hasn't flipped the game on its head, because I still think we're quite dominant in it. But it just gives us that bit of more of an opportunity to go, right, okay, well, you're happy with this, we're still going to go.
Well, didn't we score just before they brought Anderson on, though?
Just after.
Just after, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was before.
Oh, the equaliser might have been just before. It wasn't a huge...
Right, okay.
But it was certainly 1-1.
Yeah,
so I checked, I thought,
yeah.
He didn't come on at 1-0, did he? I felt that sorry for him.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, he didn't, so I didn't feel quite so sorry. He fouled everyone. All he did was kick people.
Well, Elliot Anderson.
Oh, bless him.
Yeah, he sort of helped us put the clock down near the end.
Where he was trying to be quite calm on the ball, and you know what it is, we love Anderson. We really do.
I do like Anderson a lot. Like,
he was trying to. I think he was trying to prove a point against the Newcastle midfielders to a certain degree. Then Joelinton just came in at one point. Boom.
Yeah, I think he took it around someone, and he looked tidy, and then just a bit too long. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
But he done it a couple of times. I think he won it once off Bruno, where Bruno does a thing where he's just a bit slow on the ball, then he just gets pickpocketed. But then I thought our 2 lads in midfield, in regards to Joelinton and Bruno, just absolutely any time Anderson got the ball, they were just on him constantly. Yeah.
I thought the whole midfield were fantastic.
I thought the whole team defensively as well. There was that start on Match of the Day last night that Chris Wood had 1 touch in the box.
Mm-hmm.
And that was that a shot that got blocked?
Yeah, it was blocked, yeah.
Point blank range. Like, there was that one where Pope kind of picks it off his forehead right at the very end. Cross coming in deep, and he just didn't. And for all Wood, mine was 1 point in the first half. I think it was 1-0 at this point, when I don't know who broke. It was Gibbs White, and he was wide open, and he just didn't pick the ball. And he was wide open to the left, as they are attacking left hand side. If they play the ball through to him, he's got a 1-on-1 with Pope, and the lad just didn't see the pass, and he was offside, and then it broke down. But Wood was they managed him really well. Although Burnley and Shea did very little wrong yesterday.
Definitely.
The whole team, again, as I say, picking out those 2, I thought Pope, what he had to do, he did really well. Tino and Hall, again, they look really, really good, those 2 at the minute.
Well, apparently, as of tonight, is it true? So Tino's got the call up to the England squad because there's 104 players dropped out. So Tino's been called up. Obviously, Hall had been called up earlier in the week as well.
That's right, yeah.
Are these friendlies or Nations League?
Nations League is Greece again, isn't it?
Okay, fair enough.
Ireland.
Big fan of the photo as well of Hall when he's younger with his England top
on
as well.
That.
He looks like almost identical, doesn't he? But do you know what it is? We spoke last season, it was saying that the future of England in regards to wing backs could be these 2, and it looks like it's happening.
Well, that's
to a certain degree.
I said this the other day about how when we had that window, obviously the need was for Livramento was more, I think, and then we buy him, and then people are screaming for a winger and another centre forward, and we drop 35 million quid on Lewis Hall, loan with view to, and people were saying we don't need him, and people were saying, well, he could play centre mid and all this stuff, and he played centre back as a 3, but I think the recruitment just went, we've got Tino Livramento, and this kid's going to play for England eventually. So if we can I mean, we've basically spent 60 million quid on 2 kids that have now already been called up for England and are playing very well. Like that, you're already doubling your value. You have to see that as a great investment now already.
It's weird because we did lament both last season, not us so much, but it was. You saw people online saying that we've wasted money. We didn't need fullbacks. We needed a right winger. We needed a centre half and a striker. But like you say, Man United does look all the more now. Last season probably went as last season was always going to go. Really, it's starting to look like more of a shrewd.
Yeah, I think Livramento, we saw pretty early doors that he's class. And like I said, we needed him, and he was in a relegated team. It was probably easier to get him. Lewis Hall's looking like a very shrewd bit of business. Because the fact that they could have probably thought, like, I think we played on Chelsea's, financial frailties at the time. I think that people knew that was around the corner. So they went, right, well, we'll take him on loan, and then we'll give you 35 million for someone you haven't paid for. And that just makes their spreadsheets look great.
Yeah.
It's a shame we have to talk about spreadsheets.
It's very much like what we've done with Minty and Anderson, isn't it? It's
the Chelsea fans were gutted to see him go.
Yeah. So, well, as were our fans for those two, despite one of them never playing for her. But I am surprised he's been called up as quickly as he has been. I mean, I think we sat here last week and said you could have the 2 England fullbacks playing for you for the next 10 years because of the age that they are and stuff like that. So I'm really pleased for him. It's nice. I think his form definitely deserves it, and if he can keep it up, it can only be a good thing.
Do you think it speaks a little bit as to the lack of options that we have at left back for England?
It's
well? Not a kind of diminish his.
It's probably accelerated it a little bit.
Yeah.
He got interviewed last week or the week before. It might be after
the
Chelsea game, and he said,
"Yeah,
I'd be lying if I didn't admit that I've looked at that England squad and thought there is an opportunity for me at left back."
Yeah.
Because Tino was interviewed last time Tino was away, and he said that I can do a job at left back if needed as well. Similar to what Trips has done for England as well.
Before,
So it's
because there is a hell of a lot more competition
on the right
back position.
Yeah.
So you've got probably the three best right backs in the country that all are playing for clubs, and then we've got the next 2 in Trippier and
even then, Kyle Walker's starting to look a little bit.
He is.
Trent Alexander-Arnold doesn't want to play right back anymore. Reece James is always injured. So straight away,
he got dropped yesterday as well.
Pardon?
He got dropped yesterday as well.
Reece James did. Did he? So there we are. That to me would be the top 3, and straight away they're looking at them going, well, how long are they going to be the top 3 for? I think Reece James is brilliant. Left back Ben Chilwell's always injured as well.
Well, Luke Shaw's your shoe in there, isn't he? But he's the same.
He's only 31,
constantly injured.
Luke Shaw?
Yeah.
No,
I'd have probably guessed
at least 63.
I'd have guessed about 31.
Yeah, I would because he seems to be. He went to Man U really young. I hadn't realised he was as young.
Yeah.
When he went there from Southampton.
Wasn't he?
Yeah.
Shall we talk about Newcastle's 3rd goal?
Yes, please.
Harvey Barnes. Doing what Harvey Barnes does.
I tell you what.
He did. No, it was not what Harvey Barnes does.
The best thing he does in that goal, by the way. That touch is
outrageous, isn't it?
Is unbelievable. That touch,
so the touch from Barnes, it's just kind of toe pokes.
He's holding someone off and he just flicks it.
Just round the outside. It's a lovely. It's better than Bergkamp.
Because he meant it.
Yeah.
And
it didn't. Harvey Barnes just didn't ruin my 20th birthday, so it's definitely better than Bergkamp's.
No, class.
It's a breakaway. It's 3-on-3, and you've got Barnes, Tonali, and Isak. I think it is all running.
That
and everybody's screaming.
Comes from our left back position.
Yeah,
that's where it starts.
So I think everybody in agreement where you're thinking that Tonali's going to go to the right and play in Isak.
Yeah,
but he plays in Barnes, and yes, I know I said Barnes doing what Barnes does. I mean, coming on as a substitute and scoring, but he doesn't cut in the side.
It wasn't a Barnes finish, was it?
He's brave to take a shot from there.
Yeah. It's not really on, is it? Because it kind of goes down a bit of a dead end.
So when it first, also you see the net moving, I'm thinking, side netting. Yeah. And I was like, hang on, that's in the goal.
Yeah.
Like I think is probably because everybody's expecting him to do what Harvey Barnes does, which is cut inside and bend one to the right, and Sells maybe had half of that in his mind and thinks he's going to go the other way. And
the defenders, it goes through a defender. In fact, it takes a little nick off the defender on the way through. Like Sells isn't expecting now. I think you got a lot of abuse Sells on Blue Sky, because I don't do Twitter anymore. Yesterday, and I thought it was a bit harsh because it's come through the defender's legs, taken a touch and it's moved. He's a little bit the old near post thing.
Yeah.
I think he was a
There
little
was a
bit.
big gap there, like, but
There
I
was,
think,
but I
like
think-
again, you're up against Harvey Barnes,
Yeah,
so you probably took that extra step purely because it's like there's only going to do one thing.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm fine with it. Matt Sells, my old buddy, my old pal.
It's a 3-1 win, and do you know what it is? It could have been more.
Yeah, I definitely thought we were going to score again when we broke away in very similar situation. That was where I thought Tonali was going to put it out wide, but he put it at Barnes, and it was actually an easier chance, and he ended up ballooning it over.
Put it on the top
But there was so many chances, man. That's what was class about it. I just thought we proper brilliant second half.
Second half,
yeah.
we were brilliant.
I think
Absolutely
the part of it came from Forest being so open. For all there was talk of them being like the settling for the 1-1. I thought they were trying to get outward quite a bit, and we just picked them off that easy. And that's
They try to hit one the counter.
you can't do that in Newcastle.
Because there's one ball where I think Gordon puts the ball. No, it's Gordon or Tino. I think put the ball back in, and Sells just collects it and throws it straight out.
Yeah.
It was
And they
Gordon.
hit were on the counter, and you think
It's quite end to end, wasn't it?
like,
Mm.
and I think it goes to their right back who it's a decent shot, but Paul picks it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, they broke a couple of times, but honestly, I just thought it was a really dominant performance from us.
They looked more threatening in the first half. I think we looked a little bit more, just like I said, suspect to their break in the first half. Second half, we just dealt with it a lot better.
And I don't think we can get away just how important that result is going in the national
Huge.
break as well.
I think it's our biggest result of the season. I think it's one of the ones that I wasn't expecting us to have such a dominant performance and such a hard place to go. I know our record there's pretty good, like recently, but just given what Forest and all the hoo-ha around them, I know we beat Arsenal, that was great, but to pull that out, to get the result, to score 3 goals, the way we scored and the way we could have scored more. Like you say, it's almost like the international break. I'm like, I like it because I can like breathe easy a little bit, really enjoy this win. But at the same time, it's like
coming at the
you want
worst time
you want the
for us.
momentum now,
Yeah,
don't
it's
you?
coming
You
at the
want-
I
worst
don't
time
know
for
if
us.
Gordon's gone off. If Gordon has got an issue, then it limping off
Yeah.
towards the end there. Then it gives him a
Well,
couple
There's
of
pros and cons.
Callum Wilson maybe.
We've just looked beforehand though, Bestie, and Gordon is yet to pull out of that England squad. So it looks like he's away and continuing to stay. So
Yeah.
Physio gave a thumbs up, didn't he? When like he came off, they obviously they did sub, but the physio just went thumbs up. So I don't know whether
that might be a thumbs up.
no, but he gave the thumbs up after the board went up. And maybe I'm trying to do some revisionism to make myself feel better, but I really do think that's
Maybe
what
he's
that
just really happy with the result.
It might have just been someone confirming his order for the bait on the way home.
was. Yeah,
Oh, gravy, Derek.
Derek.
It's not Derek.
Bless
anymore.
him.
Derek hasn't been there for 25 years.
Who is it now? Who's their Visio at Newcastle now? Not possibly Paul Ferris. but-
He definitely hasn't been there for a while either.
No idea. Not a clue.
That's sad.
Well, yeah, but Derek Wright was the celebrity, wasn't he?
I like that.
Derek Wright
Yeah.
was brilliant.
Remember, I used to love cheering him on with him.
Love it when they used to have a race.
The race, I was rapid. Derek,
Best
Derek,
ever.
like quick.
Derek
Was-
Wright has a book out, and
Yep.
I'm sure he wants to come on the
He
podcast.
did, yeah.
We'll follow that up.
I would have Derek Wright in the podcast. Like,
Do you want to interview him? Shall we just arrange it right now?
Not now. I can't. Now I'm busy.
Well,
But
no,
It's a bit late. I don't think he'll get
Well,
here
we
at
leave,
10.
but
Yeah,
he
I
wants to
need-
leave.
I need a wee.
See how fast he runs.
True.
Derek Wright run with his back.
actually, give us some advice on me back as well. That'd be good. That.
Yeah, Derek Wright was great. I used to love them races across the pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Childhood memories for me. Teenage memories for you.
Well, raced across the pitch. I've never done it.
I can say that, I.
Shall we go through some questions?
Bloody hell, put them claws away, man.
Shall we get some questions in?
Question time.
Send us some questions, everybody watching, and we'll go through as many as possible. You laughing at?
I've seen Gordon is fine there in the comments, and it reminds us of that bit on Alan Partridge. The edge is fine.
Right,
The
let's go
drummer's fine.
No,
through.
maybe they were just saying Gordon's fine.
He's fine.
He's fine. Is Gordon fine?
He is in our eyes.
He's
It's for me, like, well,
quite rat looking, isn't he?
Oh dear me!
Hey.
Oh,
He's not
Shocking.
This
attractive.
is a nice.
He's not an attractive
This is a
lad,
nice-
is he,
No
really?
one's ever said that about
Even on
Anthony Gordon ever.
Patrick Swayze sitting over there taking pot shots at young 21-year-old wingers. 22.
Let's go through the questions. First one is from Toon Crier. That is a question for later, right now. He says, "Who's in recent times has been our best left back?" People bang on about Beresford, but
Recent
for me,
times. Oof.
he was vastly overrated.
What?
Whoa.
Get him banned immediately.
It's mad how
He's a member.
Nah.
I'm not banning a member.
it's mad how
Nah,
recent
get him
times
banned.
John Beresford left like 27, 28 years ago.
In the Premier League era, is he talking about that? I'm guessing.
Enrique was very good.
Yeah,
in
so
his-
we
in
had
his
this
time,
discussion last
He
week.
was.
I like sand on me, you know.
Was it a couple of weeks ago? We had Santon
Santon
and
was-
Enrique that were mentioned.
Yeah.
Who else have you got really that you can?
Wayne
Dora
Quinn.
was there.
Bernard.
Bernard, Celestine Babiaro. Ashraf Lazar.
Babbitt, oh,
Ashraf
awful.
Lazar.
I've
See,
got a
what I
Maybe a
mean?
quiz question one
It's
day.
slim pickings.
I've got a mate who tried to come up with a song for Ashraf Lazar,
Come on then.
and it was you know, a Spaceman Came Traveling by Chris de Burgh.
Yeah.
Christmas song. Ashraf Lazar. If you ever get a chance, ask
How
Kevin
did
Nickel
you
about
know?
his shake given chant that he tried to sing
No,
at St James.
I'm not getting in a
It was
conversation with Kevin
terrible.
Nicol. No.
It was that bad. I remember 25
I'd probably
years
go
later.
Enrique. Like Enrique was.
It's probably Enrique.
Yeah, the thing was Enrique was that he left the way he left and he became a Liverpool fan, and now it's all Liverpool.
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff. But he was brilliant, mind. Where him and Gutierrez used to work together.
I'm really pissed off with Enrique about that, mind.
What, being a Liverpool fan now?
Like, he just completely forgot like everything at
Yeah,
Newcastle,
that's-
and he's just like,
That's why I dislike him
aye,
now.
Well, we're in
tosser.
in Jose Enrique. We're in the top 6. All
That
that,
was
stuff.
Yeah.
brilliant.
That was a great.
when he
thing.
went in
when he
goal
goes-
that time. Oh, that was
Yeah,
hilarious.
Sadio Haidara.
Haidara was
yeah.
a good player.
He wasn't very good though,
He
was
was ruined.
Got
by
us.
that
Got us.
injury.
He didn't get injured. Everyone
Well, he
always
was playing
acts.
the week after, wasn't
Everyone
he?
always says like his leg was. Cause I was in that way, and everyone was like, "Well, he got stretched off, didn't he?" But they were
played
like,
the
"He
week after,
snapped
yeah.
his leg. He snapped his leg clean off," and then it was like, "He's fine."
I tell you that,
It was still one of the worst challenges I've ever seen in my life. Like,
I wasn't allowed in because I was at an engagement party the night before.
I think I saw you. We weren't friends at the time, but Taylor was there as well.
Taylor was it? Yeah, we
I
got.
can remember.
Was Taylor there? Yeah, because I tell you what happened to the hub. Like, I wouldn't let us in because I had an allergic reaction to a dog the night before. So my face was dead. My face was all puffy.
Hold on.
Calm down, Freddie Shepherd.
I'm allergic to dogs. Now. So I got to the front and the steward goes, I'm kind of like, yeah, I says, what's wrong? Says, you're mortal. I mean, I was drunk, like, but I was like, I handled it well and all that. And he says, I says, oh no, mate, I've had an allergic reaction. I'm allergic to dogs. So he says, go and get a cup of tea and come back. So I'm thinking,
All right, dog now, yeah.
so well, no, I'm thinking,
I'd rather have a Piriton.
if I'm too drunk to get in the if I'm too drunk to get in the stadium, surely don't let us in with a cup of boiling fluid.
Well, I'm guessing
think
he
he
meant
meant to
drink
drink
it
it.
first.
Well, I did. I
Or
went.
perhaps wash your face.
There was this
with it.
big chip shop over the. So I went and got it because it's
It
wicked.
wasn't just a big shop, was it?
It was a big chip
Big,
shop.
big,
It was big, it was huge.
big chip
A
shop.
big chip shop.
Okay.
The chips,
Yeah, Wigan
the
Pie.
chips were massive. This is
Kebab.
massive. Like, so I went and get that.
Gary Bottle's
Get it.
son.
He lets us in. I missed the. I got it. Aye. He's huge, isn't he? I gets into the ground. I think we're 1-0 down by the time I got in.
Yeah.
Either that had happened or the injury had happened. Half time, I think I'd do a pint. So Taylor says, "Oh, I know where to go," and we went through where the away fans were into this room, and it was done up like it was like being in Twin Peaks. It was weird. It was done up like it was like a wedding venue, but in the middle of the Wigan away end.
We're going away now. I also have to do that. Sorry,
Wigan
like Red Hot Chili Peppers.
away.
We're going away. We're going
Yeah,
away.
fair
we're
enough.
going
It's
away
how
now.
it's
to
gone.
believe the steward that Bestie was off his tits with
Yeah.
his story.
I did.
You walked into someone's wedding venue.
It was only me and Taylor there.
Taylor's trying to get a gig.
I always remember. Obviously, we got done over by a handball as well. Santon equalizes 2-1, and then I remember leaving. And I'm sure I saw you, and then I saw 2 of our own fans scrapping in the car park.
Like, funny enough, I was going to the pub. I forgot the pub's called outside Wigan now.
Yeah,
but
right next to it.
I was going in. I thought, oh, it's empty. Get in. I get served straight away here, and the bouncer goes, "Oh, here, mate. No, I'm not letting you in." What's wrong? Says, I can't.
Looks like you've been
Loads,
kissing with
Loads-
that.
so
loads
much
of dogs inside.
Loads of dogs. Oh, it's terrible. Like,
Was that
I bite my tongue so
Was that your
much. There.
dashing looks there?
Dachshund looks.
Dashing looks. Nice, nice.
It was.
I got a Chris.
So I get to the front. Now, they say, "I can't you, mate. What's wrong?" So the builds a bother. Mate, what I find? I was on the pint. He says, "Turn around." Every
Oh.
now and then. So I turned around, and sure enough, the same two
Didn't
lads
throw a stick for you.
Yeah.
absolutely like leathering each other. I thought, like,
all
it's a fair
all the
cop, like,
middle-aged dudes as well. I can remember it was
Yeah.
it's
Good
great. But before we move on to another question, did Aaron Hughes play left back for us at all?
he was a bit of he
He's
did.
a bit of a
but-
utility man, wasn't he?
yeah,
I loved Aaron
Prime-
Hughes.
Robbie Elliott.
primarily right back.
Robbie
and
Elliott played
right
left
centre.
back.
Yeah.
Robbie Elliott, yeah.
Didn't mind Robbie Elliott.
Jack
League-
Colback occasionally.
Gerald Willems, somewhere shouted.
Gerald.
He was all right, him, wasn't he?
In that,
When he knew where he
that
was playing.
loan period.
When he knew where he's played, yeah.
In that loan period.
Dropping
he
in
was
this hall
very,
here.
He's
very
putting
good.
gloves on and that. No, Gerald.
I was
a shame
going
it's a
to
great
say this called on Tyneside, but I realised you were making
I
a
love
goalkeeper joke.
gloves.
But I've always taken a point to make. Aaron Hughes is one of my favourites. So.
It's just one of those positions where we haven't really been blessed over the years, have we?
You have now, though, with a little boy.
Have we been blessed in any
Little
position
beautiful boy called Hall.
consistently? Would you say?
We've had some good midfielders.
I know midfield isn't left back. Well,
don't
midfield's
think
quite a
we've
broad
been-
church.
I
At
think we've
right
been
back,
all right
we
with.
haven't been.
No, I think
overly
goalkeepers. I
blessed.
think we've been all right with goalkeepers over the years.
Goalkeepers have always been pretty
Jack-
decent.
Jack Annick.
Yeah, but he was like.
But with your
Carl's
first
all the way
choices,
down the
we were
back,
blessed with
taking
Given
us.
and Harper for like a decade.
Yeah, Kroll was excellent for the
Kroll,
most part.
exactly. Yeah. Anyway, we've moved on from left backs to keepers here.
You know? Yeah.
right backs.
Yeah. Right, name with best team.
Let's go to the next question. This one is from Liam Knowles. That says, who would you have for match of the day? So Gary Lineker has announced that he's going now at the end of the season. He's not signing a new contract.
Yeah, he announced that a little while ago, didn't he?
Well, at least we know it's not going to be Genius now, and that's good.
Yeah.
It's
a good
not
thing.
going to be him.
Wayne Lineker.
It's going to be Chop, isn't it?
Weird Lineker.
From Ocean
Live
Beach.
from Ocean Beach every Sunday.
I don't mind Chappers.
It's going to be Chop, isn't it?
Chappers is excellent. Like,
Do
yeah.
you do too, yeah?
Yeah, aye.
I like it.
You'd be good if you had Chop and you're already doing 2 and you don't get the job for the next one up on you. You'd be devastated.
Like the career ladder.
I
is
think
it?
he'd be the. So who would you have doing 2 with Chapman? I think Mark Chapman's excellent. He shouldn't have killed John Lennon, but for the most, he is really, really good. Like, he was great in the NFL, and that's
I'm glad Mark Pugash have gone to ITV. Wouldn't have liked him. Not a fan.
Would you have Des Lynam back? Imagine.
Is he not dead?
No. See, Lineker's older now than Lynam was when he packed in.
No way.
Aye.
Probably looked after himself, Lineker. Like,
Isn't he not dead?
No, Des Lynam's not dead.
Is
No,
he not?
no. Sorry, Des. I know you watch as well. This is
What
terrible.
about Adrian Childs?
I like him. Yeah,
I didn't mind him.
But has he
Charles
not-
okay.
Has he not had the old?
There's a few shouts
Not
for
allowed on TV.
Jeff Stelling.
No.
Don't know.
Jeff Stelling.
Yeah.
Would Stelling go from hosting? I know he doesn't do it anymore. Or did he go back?
Nah, he's radio, isn't he?
Does he
he's
still
on
do a
Talk
countdown?
Sport. He's on TalkSport these
TalkSport.
days.
Tell you used to be good. Ben Shepherd with Chris Kamara on Goals on Sunday.
Goes on Sunday.
But that was more dynamic. I like
Yeah.
that.
What's the Scottish fella called?
Ali McCoy.
Billy Connolly.
No, he done the breakfast radio shows, didn't he?
Jim White.
I'm sure he's called Colin.
Colin Murray. He
Colin
used to
Murray,
do back.
yeah.
He used to
And isn't
do-
he Irish?
He's Irish.
Is he Irish?
not
Is he?
Yeah, yeah,
Scottish.
Irish,
I was
guy.
in the wrong country.
Yeah.
He used to do the championship
Champions
football,
League,
league,
yeah.
football
He
league
did
show.
the football league stuff.
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
What about Gary Logan?
Gary Logan.
Gary.
Gary Logan.
Gary
Dad.
Logan.
I've gone now.
Pete Graves.
Pete Griffiths.
Lockers.
John Sinclair.
That
I thought you were
who
going to
does-
say John Cena.
John Sinclair. That bloke.
Wouldn't see him.
That bloke who does the tannoy stuff at St James's who can't pronounce people's names.
The one, the one who does it every
Barry in the
week.
box.
Did you not
Remember
hear?
Barry in the box?
No.
The old man that used to be doing the commentary thing at the match?
Was that May the Best Team Win? We all know who that is.
Aye, Barry in the
Oh,
box.
yeah, aye.
Classic, that's.
Him at the ground the other day.
Yeah,
I don't know if he said
Speedway.
about this at the cup when he was going to begin to go. Now let's hear it for Newcastle United. He went, no, let's hear it for Chelsea Newcastle United.
I
And
missed
I was
that.
like, oh, what are you doing,
Oh,
man?
you would've hated that.
Yeah, I was fuming.
Because Steve from Stephen Caron's always the
He's
standard
a
now,
sub, isn't he?
Yeah, he's the
He is the
super
sub. Right, send some more questions in and we'll go through a couple more. We've got another one here. It's from Tony that says, are we back or back? I think we might be back.
But not back.
Not back, but back.
Bringing sexy back.
I think we might be back.
I don't want to. I just want to take game to game. And I think
Yeah,
I think he's
enjoying it.
attempting fate far
Just
too
be
much.
back. Just a little bit back.
I'm back. I am back on the podcast. It's nice
No, just
for
back,
me,
isn't it?
but I'm not going to be like, oh well,
Has it
bring on West Ham, baby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've asked a couple of people a question. Has it clicked? Because we've been
I'm
saying
not
that.
like that.
Has it clicked?
Yeah, has it clicked in regards to team performance? Has Sean Longstaff made it click?
On a level of
Certainly made a
blue
bloody
Asics
difference.
away kit
I think
to
you look at
Adidas 2001. How clicked are we?
Nice.
that's good. I enjoyed that reference, Mark. Longstaff being back he gives a balance to the midfield that we really missed when he wasn't there. It's clicked. I don't want to say what I'm the same as Matty. I was thinking this the other day. I remember the year we finished 4th. I was just nervous about finishing 4th all season. I don't want to think about it now. I'm just enjoying my winning games.
Well, I didn't get that nervous until like February, March, because that's
Yeah.
when at the time I allowed myself to believe that we might actually do it.
Aye.
I was just enjoying these amazing games like West Ham away and Everton away and putting 4s and 5s past people in their own
Yeah.
backyard, and then all of a sudden it's like actually we've got a 6-point gap here. And then when we beat Spurs, when we absolutely
Yeah, aye.
done them over, I thought, oh my god, like we're going to do this. So I didn't get too nervous. But in terms of that question, great, it's clicking. Longstaff's made a really big difference. We're going well in the cup. Yeah, it's all very nice, but we'll see. That's why this result was so good, because now we're on level points with the team who've been seen as flying. We're above Villa.
Yeah.
Like it's a very
Champions League elect.
yeah,
isn't it?
very congested in that top half, but just to be in and around it. Like I said, if Anthony Gordon scores that goal, a penalty against Everton, or we don't lose against Brighton, like we could be third.
Yeah.
But that's only a small margin as well.
And that's with the season having been a catastrophe in people's eyes, at least.
Apparently so.
For 2/3 of what we've done so far.
You know, certain people wanting how out, Chris.
Never said I wanted how out.
Well, you know,
I was leading a conversation.
the records might disagree with you. There's internet push out
Fuck
there.
off. Piss off. I don't think we've got any more questions. If you just want to have a chat.
Chris is dead nice, that shirt.
It's the first time I've worn
First
it.
time you've seen it.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've actually worn it.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I have a kind of worm stuck up.
I am wearing the third kit this season. for people out
Is
there.
it's-
it
and
in your pocket?
It is but it's not anything to do with football.
Sorry, I wasn't
And
listening.
I've got a can of
What did you
worms
start?
open,
Oh,
and I
okay.
don't want. I'm just going to ask a question.
Okay.
I know this has been said before, and I don't want to be dragging up all the crack on that.
Yeah,
Do you know
we'll
what's
go.
getting near Christmas, and then everyone
You're not
talks.
going to start off a Die Hard again.
Right?
are you?
Yes, but
Oh.
all I'm going to say is,
Yes, it's
it's not a
movie.
Christmas film.
I'm very much in that camp, yeah.
Yeah, okay, and you are as well.
You
are
only
as well.
said
So
that
it's,
to annoy me.
so it's 2 against 2. Yeah.
No, I don't think it's a Christmas film.
Ca-
It is
I just
Christmas
thought at this
film.
point the other day, is Home Alone a Christmas film?
You haven't, this has been
Oh,
this argument's
I've
been made
had
for
this-
years.
Is
I've
that what we
had
said?
this
Is that the crack? Is that
conversation.
has he used that before? And I'm sorry,
Yeah.
listeners. I will put this to the bud right now because I was like, well, hang on, like what is Christmas about Home Alone? It's just set at Christmas and the music's Christmassy. And I'm like, that film could have been made in the summer. They could have went on their summer holidays. And-
Burglars going in to steal the Christmas present.
Yeah, but the burglars could have still tried to steal their house because it's a nice big house and they know they were going away.
got Christmas lights on it.
Yeah, no. Well, that corpse has a
See
Santa
this-
hat
see
on.
this, your whole argument
know.
you're having back
But
there.
anyway, sorry.
No,
We'll move on. But I just
No,
wanted to know
Just go
if
watch that video. We clarify everything. Don't we?
Years ago, that now, wasn't it?
Yeah.
you can put polls in the chat. Do it now. Don't do it now. It's
No,
November.
because people don't.
North Poles, they're very Christmas.
No, because like, do you know what it is? We were quite
Die Hard
rational.
should
We were
love
best
them,
you say, oh, but it's just not a Christmas movie. People that want Die Hard in the Christmas movie get so passionate about it being a
You
Christmas
said
movie.
Gremlins was a
It's
Christmas
not.
movie.
Gremlins is a Christmas.
Gremlins is a Christmas. If Die Hard's a Christmas movie,
Gremlins can
Gremlins
attack
is a
in the
Christmas
summer.
Movie.
Gremlins, one of the main points of
Gizmo
Gremlins
is a
is that
Christmas present.
his girlfriend's dad died whilst dressed as Santa Claus trying to come down the chimney to deliver Christmas presents to the
No,
family.
that's a completely different film. That
But you're the one with the wrong films.
If you two want to watch Die Hard at Christmas, that's fine. For you, it's a Christmas film. For me, it's not.
No,
It's-
it was.
it's okay.
Hey, bestie.
It's
and
all right.
I'm fine with it. I just wanted to see if the Home Alone argument had been made.
And
That's
Bruce
all.
Willis. And we've got quotes from Bruce Willis, not directly to us.
Well,
where he
that-
said
It's
it's
coming on the
not a
podcast.
he
Christmas
said
movie.
that in the roast of Bruce Willis.
He still said it. It's on
In
record.
the roast of Bruce
It's
Willis,
on
where you
record.
famously take the piss out of yourself.
It's on record.
Here's
Like
a
your
here's a
opinions
football
on it now.
question. Lottery. I know it's like picking numbers and that, but is Callum Wilson going to be fit after the international
Ever.
break? Yeah. Someone said to me, "Well, we're going to have Wilson back after the international break." I was like, "Which
Is
one?"
he off to
He was
Saudi
in
with the rest of
Saudi
the
last
lads?
week, wasn't he?
Oh, the training.
Yeah, because the
Oh.
rest of the lads are going to Saudi. All those are on
He'd end up with
international duty.
DVT off the flight or something like that.
Cold. Somebody have a cold on the flight. And don't go through the
Someone
aircon.
opens a bag of nuts and all of a sudden he's up like that's it.
Well, there's a lot going around at the minute.
What nuts?
Out of 30 kids, not in my class, at school last
That's
week.
where I was
in
going
the
with it.
class,
My class.
was
How
only
old are you?
10. There was only 10 students in a class of 30 last week.
I know, but Truancy's
There's a
right from
lot going
Gates, isn't it?
around.
Like,
This was illness.
And this is Callum Wilson's fault, yes?
Yes.
This is Callum Wilson's
Callum
fault?
Wilson. These Callum
Wilson's
Wilson's
been hanging
kids.
around school kids.
he's a handsome lad.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
So, Matty, I don't think we'll ever see him again.
Yeah, it's starting to feel that way. I mean, even like a 75% 75% fit Callum Wilson would have been a good option to bring off the bench. I still feel like my boy Osceola is getting
get
a
that
rough,
10 seconds like
he's just getting a
Osceola
rough
got.
go of it, isn't he? Because like
Yeah.
even when he has came on in like tough situations, he properly puts himself about, and I'm just wondering why he's not getting the
Because there's
a
no
chance.
chance of getting an England call up. Players better when the England fixtures are coming up.
Oh well, there you go.
So, as people that Chris hates,
I don't hate
Lists.
Callum Wilson, but I just
Callum
like.
Wilson.
Do you know what is it? It pisses
But-
us off. Like I know it's not his
I
fault
think
he's
he'll be
injured,
back.
but it's shit. Like it's shit.
It's frustrating.
We've got
Yeah.
3 weeks today to the next game.
That's not how calendars work.
It's three
It's
weeks
2 weeks,
today.
isn't it?
No, it's a
Shut-
2-week international
Is
break.
it 2 week international break?
2 weeks, is that right?
Is
Oh,
it?
Yeah.
Surely it
Let-
can't be 3 weeks for
Let's
our next
consult
game.
me calendar.
Is it the West Ham game on the
West
Monday?
Ham on the
No,
Monday night.
we play on the 25th.
3 weeks today.
2 weeks.
2 weeks,
the date?
2 weeks today, it's 11.
That's how
11
maths
weeks
work.
today.
11th to the 25th.
Oh, I
Dear
was,
me,
no,
man.
you know what it is? I was thinking
think last week?
it was last week. It It was 3 weeks
That's how
till the next home game, wasn't it?
work.
Jesus Christ.
That's how numbers work.
If they ever bring her out a 3-week international break, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm just going to drop it.
I'm not doing it.
I'm not doing it.
I want to play myself.
Yeah.
2 weekend. That's a tournament.
Get the lads together.
2 week international breaks, not
It's a tournament. That
No,
man.
2 weeks international break is a normal international break, isn't it?
Well, there were 10 days, aren't there?
Yeah.
Aye.
But we play on the Monday.
They're there now,
Yeah.
and they come back after next weekend.
Anyway.
You nearly went a full episode without saying something fucking stupid.
3 weeks.
I didn't. No, you didn't nearly go a full episode at all.
What did he say earlier?
Oh, loads of it, all of it. All of it, man. He's fucking hopeless.
I've lost it now, lads.
Yeah,
I've
well, fair
completely lost it.
Think Sandro's going to get frustrated having to sit on the bench.
I do.
Do you?
Yep.
Really?
So I was thinking, like, this is how sad I am. I was thinking about this myself the other day, and I was thinking,
Do you hate him as well?
no, but I
Yes.
think he will be getting frustrated, but then I don't think he can do much about it because
Mhm.
of obviously everything which happened, and the club stuck by him, blah 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 blah, through the suspension.
I would be fuming if he suddenly. It would
So
be.
I don't think
You've got to be some
toys.
bit of a tit to throw your
yeah, it's not
toys
gonna
out
be
the
toys
pub. And he's
pram.
not, by the way. We're not.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
But like, I mean, he came on, got an assist,
He's done well.
jumped on Harvey Barnes' back. I'd like to jump on Harvey Barnes' back. That'd be nice.
I don't think I'd be very good at that. I need leg up to start with.
He'd be out for the season.
No, that'd be it. He'd just be a runner off, though, wouldn't he? I've been wondering how long he's going to be just kind of happy. To be honest with you, I'm wondering if, when there's all talk of kind of having to sell players to. I'm wondering if come the end of the season, Snarly might be one of the ones if he's not.
That'd be such a shame.
Absolutely not.
If
'cause
he's not by
there's
that point in the
no-
first team in Milan, say, he has whatever.
They won't because they haven't got the money.
They won't
There's
pay
not a
60
chance
million
in
quid
hell
for him. Like,
that we
Yeah.
would get our money back. Not a chance in
I
hell.
don't think we would even look at.
I
doing
hope
that.
not, but
Yeah.
it's would look a better team with either him or Bruno instead of both. And Bruno's captain now, and he's playing wonderfully at the minute as well, so he's less likely to be dropped.
Mhm.
Just a thought I've had. Not one I've enjoyed, but the thought I've had.
I was musing over the stats as well, and Sean Longstaff, 88% pass completion, which was more than Bruno.
Oh, that 12% pass that he put White. Oh, awful though. Terrible player. Awful.
I just thought it was fun because, like, obviously, when he came out and was saying, "Look, like, I don't care what people say about me. Some people think I can't pass a ball 3 yards."
Yeah.
He actually made more passes than any of our midfielders and any player who played for Nottingham Forest. So, and with an 88% pass completion, which is more than Bruno and more than Joelinton.
passes.
Well,
Side passes.
well,
Come back.
it was this just generic Twitter user 6.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically, yeah. So anytime you give Sean Longstaff any sort of credit, it's always followed with a but.
But yeah,
Yeah. But the side passes.
yeah, never mind. That's what it is. I'm just happy to see
I
the boys
just
doing
don't
well.
get why people hate him.
I don't
A
either.
bit like you and how.
Bestie. That's just for the audio ones.
What?
No, it was a thoroughly pleasant day yesterday.
I was meant to be saying because I was meant to be keeping off the beers and just totally went out the window. Walked straight to the cricket club after that final whistle went.
I enjoy getting a text off you thinking that's because he's guilty about last week. That.
It was a little bit like, to be fair, it was a little bit. I was watching, it didn't text me. Like, I was like, oh no. Deck was like, oh, you always text me as well. Texted you whilst you were live. Sorry, guys, I'm sorry.
Sorry,
I'm sorry, I've let you
You
down.
better not text him before you text me.
Oh, I don't know.
Hello.
I got drunk quick, but it was good. It was. I wouldn't.
Oh,
Like,
you only text us when you're drunk, is that right?
pretty much when I'm wanting, just when I'm after you. You know what I mean? I'm after you, Mark.
Can't blame you.
I'm done.
You're done.
I'm done.
Somebody must have thought of a question by now.
What was your favourite thing that happened yesterday that wasn't football?
I was very hungover yesterday, in fairness.
I got a
So-
suit yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah. I went to a shop in Cramlington.
Was it,
For a suit?
was it a big and tall shop?
Why?
I mean, you're not tall, Chris.
Mark, there's an expression about glass houses and
I
throwing
know.
stones.
That's how I am. Yeah, I got a suit yesterday.
What colour?
Burgundy.
Was
Was
it
it-
for the 28th
Burgundy?
of December?
Has it got a
It's
waistcoat?
not what you're thinking. It's not. I'll show you afterwards. But
Has it got a waistcoat as
it
well?
does have a
I
waistcoat. Yes.
knew it would. You proper waistcoat bloke. You like.
How?
You can just tell.
All right. Okay.
Pocket
You're a
watch.
pirate.
Pocket watch. You can get a pocket watch. You are, aren't you?
No, no, no,
Flat
no,
cap.
no.
Are you wearing it on the 20th of December?
Was Sam Fender?
No.
Sam Fender 20th.
I'm wearing it on the 28th.
That's what I said.
Oh, did you? Oh, I just know how your calendar works.
What's happening on the 20th of December?
My sister's getting married.
28th.
Oh, is that Anne-Marie's bed? Oh,
Yeah.
lovely. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
She might
So-
have wanted a name. And
What was
the fact
your
she's
what
getting
was your
married.
favorite thing yesterday apart from football?
Probably Shane Ward getting voted off strictly. I'm glad about that.
Mine was better.
What was yours?
I got a beautiful Sunday dinner delivered from Vespas in your old neck of the woods.
Vespas.
Vespas.
Oh, that used to be the Robin Hood.
Robin
Hood.
The
Yeah,
Robin
Hood.
Bank, yeah.
On
Honestly,
the bank.
There's nights, all right, isn't there?
the
Vespas. right?
gravy is the greatest thing you've ever tasted in your life. I
Bold
could
claim.
literally drink a pint of it. It's unreal.
That'll explain a
That's
lot.
absolutely incredible.
Steve Rousseau, yeah.
Yep.
Vanessa Feltz.
Matty, what was
Honestly.
your favorite thing?
I can't really recall much other than the result and warming up 2 slices of cheesy garlic bread in the morning, and the woods ice.
So cheesy garlic bread from the night before.
Yeah,
All right, okay.
I don't normally do that. I normally do you
Deep,
go
thin.
probably mid, but not in
Right.
as the kids say for quality. Not
Yeah,
it
mid.
wasn't mid.
That's a bad highlight. That.
Yeah,
Mid
yeah, no,
garlic
it wasn't here or there, but in terms of, I enjoyed it. Do you know, like when you get like a little meal deal and it comes with a free garlic bread, and you're just like, I'm not going to eat that. It was there in the morning. I was a little bit hungover, got it into us. Everything was great, and then Newcastle won. It was a perfect Sunday.
Yeah.
Went to the cricket club, 4 pints of Guinness.
See how different our Sundays were. Completely different to each other.
It's crazy. It's
Hey, but
almost-
we all had the joy and the celebration of a Newcastle United victory.
Yeah. So one final question for you. Right. So when you had your gravy, this is from
Oh.
Jules. This is from
I
Jules, by the
wasn't-
way.
I wasn't wearing white, Jules,
So when you had your gravy,
so I wasn't
did you
topless.
take your top off?
No.
Okay.
When was last time you took your top off specifically to eat or drink? As you do with soup.
I love we'll have to clarify this every time. So
So-
people are just new to it. It'll be
Yeah.
like, "Hey, we're talking about Mark taking his top off."
Technically, I took a top off on Friday, but I still had a t-shirt on.
Was it someone else's?
That would be quite saucy, wouldn't it?
Well, that's the whole point of taking the
Saucy
top
or
off. is too
gravy.
saucy or
Gravy, yeah.
sloppy.
So you took a top off because you were eating something.
So I had a t-shirt and a hoodie on. And we went out for tea on Friday to the local pub, Thai food, Stone Trough, unreal. But it's a very saucy dish that I have. I
Yeah.
thought, I don't want to get
Is it shaped like a
I
cock?
don't want to get a slop on me hoodie, so I took my hoodie off, so I didn't slop on it, just in case.
All right.
So your t-shirt was
T-shirt's collateral damage; it can be covered.
except not with soup.
So what you said, get him a sippy cup.
But nah,
He's not far off that
I
point.
did that for a common sense reason. Tomato sauce with a white top, it's never going to end well, is it?
It's
like
not
you
either. No,
You
you're
wouldn't
right.
go to an
Correct.
Italian and have spaghetti bolognese
Oh, there's that G.
no.
There's that G. Bolognese.
wearing a white
Bolognese.
shirt.
Are you still saying bolognese?
It's bolognese.
Nobody says bolognese.
It's from Bologna.
There's hundreds of people say bolognese.
No, they don't.
We've had this argument many times.
Yes, and you're the
in
only
comments.
one that
I'm
ever
not
says
the only
it.
one. There was loads of people said it.
There was not anybody, not a
There
single
was
person.
lots of people.
It's bolognese.
I had to say it to myself. You're really emphasising that G though.
Hey,
Bolognese.
honestly, how do you say it?
Bolognese.
Yeah, but you're like bollock. It almost sounds like bollock.
That's because they say bolognese.
No,
'Cause
what
I say
do you-
bolognese.
What do you?
It's
I say bolognese.
Bolognese?
Bolognese.
Bolognese.
Not Bolognese because it's from Bologna.
How do you spell
Bologna.
Bologna?
It doesn't matter how you
Champions League
spell it.
Bologna.
Oh, it's his argument for friggin' television. Has it got a G in it?
Bologna, yeah, but it's silent.
How can it be silent?
Because it's Italian.
It's the same as how can a G be silent? There's loads of silent.
Gnome.
Bolognese.
Long.
No.
Is it long?
What are you going to say? Gnome.
G's are silent in most things when they're in the middle, aren't they?
Not fragrant. That's hard. That's a hard G and
That's a
fragrant. That
shout,
regard.
yeah.
It's a bit sad that
Or
that's all-
fragment.
fragment of Fraggle Rock.
Fraggle Rock.
Anything
Or
with fragment in front.
bolognese.
It's a bolognese.
Bolognese. What's
It's
Bologna?
bolognese.
It's not Bologna.
Right,
Spaghetti bolognese.
I'm calling it. Right.
Cagliari.
Probably best.
Calgary.
Yeah, Steve.
Well, depends. Calgary in Canada, but not Cagliari in.
Right, thanks everybody
Italy.
who has joined us live tonight, or
Calligraphy.
if you are listening to the audio
Calligraphy.
as well, it means a lot. You shut up.
It's calligraphy.
See you later. Draw.
Collagen.
Colgate.